see spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Get yourself a serving, maybe two. Talking Bulls basketball is what we do. Get your garlic bread and your dish of the week on spaghetti and meatballs. Oh yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't forget the Parmesan cheese.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with you. We got a little special episode tonight. Spaghetti and meatballs, Trevin and Jonsy. What do you say there, buddy?
Here we are, the After Dark episode.
Yes, spaghetti and meatballs after dark. Might get a little interesting here.
It's gonna get real.
So
we got a couple things in the works. We got the live show tonight. So for people, you probably won't get this till tomorrow. We're gonna be watching the game. We're gonna be giving a little commentary.
Yep.
Little insight.
We got the Bulls at Knicks here tonight. Right now, what is it? About a little over halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah. Halfway through the first
commercial break. So I don't know what the score is, but 18-15 Bulls maybe.
2015.
Okay, 2015. So
Bulls getting 6 points.
They were getting 6.
So I guess it's easy for us now to say take the Bulls and 6 points.
Yeah, right. So but we're just thought, we got a little we got the holidays coming up, so we're kind of not in our normal routine. We just thought we'd kind of do a little live commentary here on the Bulls game. So shout outs.
I have a random one.
Oh, okay. All right. I like random one.
It's blizzard conditions out, correct?
Oh,
terrible.
It's brutal out there.
The wind is brutal. The wife sends me to Walmart at 8 a.m. Nightmare.
You're a brave man, John.
Well, I get home, she's baking cookies with the kids, says, "Oh, I need you to go to Kroger's and get me." Had to go to Kroger, 2 trips.
Wow.
While I'm in there, who do I see but fellow EIU alum Alex Blumenshine?
Was he all? I gotta ask, was he a little torn about the Panthers beating the Hawkeyes the other night? I know he's a Hawkeyes fan.
I know his brother went there. But all signs pointed towards he was very pumped up by the 31-point upset.
Yes.
God, I wish we would have had Cavi on the show before that. Would he have taken the money line in the Panthers?
Yeah, right. Oh, I would love to know that one. But yeah, no, the Panthers were 31-point underdogs against the Hawkeyes the other night and pulled off the upset. So Panther Nation was going wild that night.
Yes. Oh, I bet, man, if we were down at Jerry's Pub, place would have been rocking.
Oh, it might have been busted down to the ground by the end of that night.
Remember they had the elevator pulley system like in the corner would send down pizzas and send up beers. It was really
oh shit.
But I'm in there and I see Blumenshine and he's like, "Hey, love the show. I mean, you guys are always trending on social media. Your insight's unbelievable, blah, 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 blah." But I appreciate it, Bloom. So
yeah, for sure. And he would know. He's up on the social media lifestyle. So
God,
he would know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bloom.
So just my shout out goes to Alex Blumenshine.
Very nice. Very nice. This is like the 3rd week in a row I don't have a shout out. So
that's all right. Hey,
it's just
dry
how it goes. You get busy during the holiday season,
for sure.
So no big deal. Was there any action?
Know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I was afraid. I was afraid of this.
This is the 3rd time we faced the Knicks in about a week, and Knicks fan 69 has been blowing us up. He tags us on everything. It's Twitter. It's our Instagram page. He's even sending direct messages to people I know personally on Facebook.
Oh, see, now that might be crossing the line here.
Yeah, like he's just
come after us all you want, but you leave everyone else alone.
We're fair game.
Yes,
but
yes.
We also got another little treat for the listeners here.
Oh,
so for weeks now, there's been speculation that at least, one of our good college buddies, avid listeners of the show, Matt Deckman or Frank Murray, Chicago's very own St. Rita High School, is perhaps Knicks fan 69.
And now let me say, both of these gentlemen are not only two of our best friends, but they are two of the classiest, just take the type of guys who would take the shirt right off their back for you kind of guys. So,
yep.
I mean, our world has been spinning for the last couple of weeks trying to make sense of this.
Well, and here's what we have. Bulls up 5 still at closing moments of the first. They've been looking good. They've been playing aggressive. Zach's shooting the ball good. Vooch, your guy Vooch has been. Yeah. We'll get back onto that. We're talking about Knicks fan 69. What a scum of the earth he is, and we have a special guest coming on to defend himself. Frank Murray. Now, Matt Deckman was, it's been said, conveniently busy tonight.
Yes. Both of them were extended an invitation. Only Frank accepted.
Matt had a work party.
Yeah, work party. Now, maybe he is at a work party. Maybe he's dressed as Santa Claus right now, doing body shots or something. However,
body shots for sure. While we wait for Frank, what is your guy on the inside talking about? We got a lot of injuries lately. We got AC. We got Javante. We obviously have,
Yeah. Well, AC suffered that injury the other night against the Hawks in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was like a bad, right on his head, neck,
chest. It was one of those, that when you watched, especially on the
diving
replay,
for a loose ball.
And then if AC doesn't pop back up,
it's
about as tough as they get. So something with the shoulder, but then it ended up, which makes sense, was in concussion protocol. So he's still in that, but I don't think the shoulder, he didn't make it sound like it was anything serious. And then Javante is still kind of, I don't know, he feels good one day then not so good. So they're kind of still taking it slow with that. Lonzo, I'm sure you heard, was, watch out now.
Boom!
Look at him representing the Bulls shirt too. I love it.
Does Knicks fan 69 wear a Bulls shirt? No.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't
off the pod.
You know what? I got to say this, guys, real quick. I was going to have Danielle shave the Bulls logo onto my chest, but we didn't have a weed whacker. It's way too cold to do it outside. So you got the T-shirt.
All right. We'll accept that. The chest hair logo would have been nice, but we will accept the shirt.
I know. I was going to do it for you guys. If it was a little warmer out, it would have been done.
Yeah, you would have had a hell of a time starting that thing in this weather.
As only our second guest of all time, we've been prefacing a little bit. You've been getting a lot of backlash on social media. Are you Knicks fan 69?
We're just throwing it out there right at you right now.
That's an emphatic no.
No. Okay.
And I really
look me in the eyes and tell me that.
Trevin. Straight tripping.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. I kind of got to believe him with that one.
Seems legit.
And I got to call out, what is his name?
Upper Deck 40?
Upper Deck, whatever it is.
Upper Deck 40.
That tool is, he's Knicks fan 69 for sure. How dare he blame me? How dare?
Well, we did already mention
propaganda.
And we did mention how conveniently he was not able to attend this.
Oh yeah,
this live podcast.
I'm glad you guys invited him, and he just blew up the opportunity to do so. So I think it's guilt by not showing up.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little suspicious. There's no doubt.
I mean,
Yeah,
we all love Matt Deckman. Super sexy.
Oh yeah,
Extremely hard nipples for a man, but you know.
Yeah, yep.
That's a good
It's hard
point.
to believe. Either one of you, it's hard to believe. I just can't accept it.
Can I just say, if we have Frank on right now and we start getting tweets from Knicks fan 69, case closed.
Oh, that's. I'm going to keep an eye on that. That's a good point.
This is right. Let me stay on
detective
for the
work there,
entire
Jonsy.
game so I can not get in trouble.
Yeah.
This needs to stop. My kids couldn't go to school. They were getting harassed. I had to talk to the principal.
Jeez.
Oh, that's not good. I feel a little guilty about that now.
Yeah, my neighbors were like, they know me, but they were like, Frank, say it ain't so. I'm like, guys, listen.
That's
Would
what
I?
It ain't so, Frank.
Would I?
I'm not Knicks fan 69.
I almost got a shirt made.
I think that might have to be the next shirt on the merchandise line.
Yeah.
Add in
And
the
a
merch
bumper
line.
sticker. Oh my goodness.
Okay, as someone who is not Knicks fan 69, what do you think? We got the not a streak yet, we got 2 in a row. What do we need to do to keep this momentum going?
They need to keep playing the offense through Vooch and moving the ball and not relying on this one-on-one ISO. Like, I love DeMar, but his shot doesn't seem to be falling as consistently as it was last year. And you guys know my personal feelings on Zach, which he seems to be playing pretty strong in this game to start off, but he just needs to take smarter shots. And he seems to, at least in these past 2 games, be taking a little bit smarter shots and just playing within the offense. I mean, every once in a while, he'll still shoot something where I'm like, what are you doing? What is going on?
Are you? Oh, jeez. Are you worried about these injuries piling up on us?
You know what? We're not as bad as the Bears, but
Jalen Johnson, IR.
It's getting there, and there's DeMar with a great baseline J.
You can't stop that.
No, he's money, and you know, losing Lonzo this late in the season, I think we all were hoping he'd be back December, maybe January, but now it's probably going to be maybe never. So
don't say that.
Well, let's be realistic, guys. I'm realistic about Zach. I'm realistic about this team.
Well, the thing, okay, so a couple, not to cut you off there, but a couple things. I completely agree with you about going through Vooch. The offense looked different
Right
the
there.
other night against Atlanta, and I feel like that was something they were making an effort at doing at the beginning of the season, and then it just like trailed away to non-existent, where he was just out on the perimeter all the time. So I like him inside. And the Zach thing, it confuses me because, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like the shots that I know.
This is being recorded, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good.
Well, I can always edit it out, though.
We've never argued that, though.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know. You guys have both made fun of me profusely on this podcast.
No.
You want me to bring up the snips? I got them.
No. Here's the deal with it is that we have never said that like he is one of the top 5 or 10 players in the NBA. Based on the landscape of everything, yes, he got a max deal. Yes,
right.
The Bulls were really in a situation where they didn't have a choice.
They did,
but
They couldn't
I feel
lose
like,
it.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like the events of last year, and especially when Lonzo was out there, and maybe he just didn't feel like he needed to have as much of that weight on his shoulder. But I feel like, he reverted back to himself, his old self, the beginning of this season, where like where he is taking these bad shots. It's in the fourth quarter, clutch time, and he's taking some step back 3-pointer when we're down by 4, and I don't know. So I do agree with, like it has not looked good this season. I feel like he's reverted back to his shoot first, smart second.
And real quick, and I know John needs his time to talk because we all know, how he gets, if he doesn't get to his time. But I do want to quickly say about Levine. His defense the past 3 or 4 games has drastically improved. He's getting steals. He's getting in the passing lanes. He's following a defender all the way to the basket. It's those little things that I think is finally sinking into him. If he wants to be one of those top players in this league, he's got to play both ends of the ball.
Okay, here's a question though. We heard about the kind of skirmish in the locker room at the Minnesota game. We've won 2 in a row since. We think that was maybe a turning point as a positive.
Yes.
I would like to think of it as that.
Because on Frank's point, Casey Johnson was on the score and said how since that game he's seen Zach not get a call, and in weeks prior would have been arguing with the ref, got a T, nothing would have happened. Now he just turns around, gets back on D.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to stop doing that. DeRozan does it a lot. He's starting to really flop, very visibly. There was one play where they even did a replay, and he didn't get touched at all, and he was down on the ground. But they called a foul still. But to your point, got to get back.
Cost us. I would never say DeMar almost cost us the game, but he got a bad tee at the end of the first half or in the third quarter.
I was at the start of the fourth, I think.
Yes, something where it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And got a bad foul and then got a tee.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and John, we've talked about it before where, Zach LaVine is one of the greatest athletes in the world, period. Don't tell me you can't play defense.
Yes.
Don't tell me you can't stay in front of somebody. It's an effort thing. And hey,
and Frank, we have called him out on the show and said the exact same thing Charlie is reiterating right now. You're a great athlete. It's about effort.
It is.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And so if it takes a little skirmish in the locker room to kind of light that fire, then so be it. I just hope it lasts.
I just want to know. I just want to know if Andre Drummond was hey, his play, even though he doesn't play a lot, I'd love to see. I think for the first time this whole season, Vooch and Drummond were in at the same time, and Drummond is just a monster.
Dude, Drummond has been a beast for us this year.
Trevin, speaking of which, for our Home Alone episode, which is tonight, I had Andre Drummond as Buzz McAllister.
Buzz McAllister.
I like it. I tried to tie somebody to Buzz. I like Drummond. That's good.
Buzz McAllister.
Do you
Home Alone
have
4, John?
Reasoning? Do you have a reasoning for it, or that's just?
Well, when I'm going through and I'm like, okay, who's Buzz? He's kind of, he's the bully. He's the aggressor. He's, but then sometimes he gets away with it scot-free, just like Drummond does.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I like it. I like it.
So he's Andre
Drummond. Mess with Drummond.
No,
and that's the type of that's the type of veteran leadership that was needed in a time like this where the team's doing this. And there's some quarrel, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had a big part of kind of smoothing things over and figuring out how to move on from that point.
Mm-hmm. And just back to Zach. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the more you play defense, you become a two-way player. The more opportunities you're going to open up for yourself and for your teammates, and that's just only going to improve you as a player, improve the team. It's just common sense. And that's what I think Billy's been trying to hit home this whole 2 seasons, right? But we'll see.
Oh, needed that. Here's a question I think we've all been kind of skirting around. Is Billy Donovan on the hot seat?
I almost feel like it's sorry, Trevin. I almost feel like it's a typical Bulls move that they extend him quietly and then
That's
okay, all right.
That's why I say no. The guy got an extension. I don't think that he's necessarily on the hot seat yet, but
Let's be honest. He's one of the better coaches in the NBA. They would be kind of foolish to let him go.
I agree, and we've said that on the show. We do not put any blame on Billy for any of this.
He's trying. He's trying.
He is. I'm actually I don't know if you heard, but in last week's episode, he picked me for the cookie exchange at the Christmas party. So I'm excited to see what he comes
you
up.
Got
so
Billy?
maybe that's why I'm not saying anything bad about him.
I'm not saying anything bad about the guy. I love Billy.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. We've always said that on this show that like it is, and to your point too, Frank. Even if you do get rid of him, who else are you going to bring in that's going to do a better job?
Yeah. Who are you going to get? Yeah.
Who are you going to get?
What's his name? That's on the market. Has been on the market for a long time. Short guy that coached the Spurs like 10.
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson. Yeah.
I thought you were going to throw a Jim Boylan back out there.
Jim Boylan.
Oh
no,
God.
That's a Knicks fan 69 comment.
Well, he was from the Spurs, wasn't he?
I thought he was a Pacers guy, wasn't he?
No, I thought that's why he was supposed to be like, because he was one of Pop's guys, and he was supposed to the tough.
To be honest, Jim Boylan could be Knicks fan 69. The way he,
Jim Boylan.
Yeah, we might have cracked the case there.
John, you might have this now.
Down by 20. 5 seconds left, timeout, Jim Boylan.
Oh, gosh. That guy, dude. Changing the culture, though, John. Changing the culture.
Hey.
Changing the culture.
Got to change the way we do things around here.
Well, let's look at the future. What do we think this next 5-game stretch? We got Houston, Milwaukee, Detroit, 4-game stretch, Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
And we'll count tonight's game. We'll count tonight because we don't know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So Knicks.
It's a 2-point game right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
About halfway through the second quarter, 39-41. I would like, so over those 5 games, I would be with one of them being Milwaukee, one of them being Cleveland. 3-2, I'd be pretty happy with.
I will be at the Cleveland game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they've been playing pretty good ball against the top teams. Especially compared to last year, they're beating those guys, but it's just the consistency against the rest of the league. Like, come on.
Well, yeah.
I think. Well, yeah, I think 3-2 would be very.
And because I think it would be, I think 4-1 would be very possible as well. I don't know exactly because all 4 of those after tonight are at home, aren't they? I think all 4 are at home.
Oh, good offensive rebound by Vooch. Okay. Let me pull up the schedule.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next 4 games are at home. So, or after this one. So I think 4-1 wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Because, like you said, Frank, they can beat the better teams now this year. So, I mean, whether they can do it consistently or not, but
they're playing better. Yeah,
4-1.
Trevin, you're right. 4 out of 5. 4 of the next 5 are at home.
Are they?
Yeah.
Who's away, Houston or Milwaukee?
5 of the 6. Cleveland. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cleveland. They play Cleveland at home on New Year's Eve, and then January 2nd play them in Cleveland.
Oh, because they have Cleveland twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel too like in the last few games or the last couple games, and this game here, which the Knicks are up 44-42. I feel like because a big thing, John, that we've griped about this season is the effort in the first quarter. Is how somehow we're down. All of a sudden, we're down by 15 points, and we've given up 40 points. The last few games, tonight it was 20. We only gave up 22 points in the first quarter. A couple of, I think Atlanta was the same thing. So makes a big difference when you don't have to come back from a 14-point deficit every night.
You play defense throughout the entire game. What a
concept.
What a concept is right.
What a wild concept.
I will.
And what do you guys think about Patrick Williams? You feel he is? I almost feel like he's about to take that step or on the precipice of it.
Yeah,
you're right.
I feel like he is too. He had a nice move the other night in that Atlanta game where he was in the corner, kind of made a little move for a 17-foot pull-up jump shot. Ooh, that
was aggressive. I like it.
Yes, that was nice.
He's got a great shot for a big guy, and I just want to see him add some of that big boy power down low.
Yeah, big. And I do feel like that's something. The other night he had 8 rebounds. I do feel like he should be averaging a little bit more, because I think he's only averaging 3 rebounds a game. So I feel like he could get himself near that 5 range.
Sorry, Trevin. There was just a play at about the 3:30 mark here in the second quarter that I think, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Just really represents how the Bulls have been playing defense the past 4 games. The drive, dish down, Io fouls down to help down and puts his hand on that ball, gets the steal.
Yeah,
right in front of the basket.
And what did that lead to, Frank?
We got Dragic going in for a layup fouled.
Yeah, led to a nice little. Yeah, no, you're right though. Good call there.
And Frank, I don't know if you've noticed. Trevin and I each have a guy.
Yeah.
My guy is Kobe. His guy is Vooch. I think your guy might be Dragic.
Ooh, you know what?
It might be Drummond.
Yeah, I would say
the combo of those two together.
the 2 free agent signings.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Last year for sure it's DeRozan. I was all over him. I mean, he was money, and is the only reason we were good.
You're like
the whole team is playing. They're growing on me. I pretty much I want to see what P Dubs, as I call him, P Dubs.
You're the only one.
Go P Dubs, don't you?
But yeah, no, they're looking good. I mean, they've been playing good ball in the past 4 games. Let's just hopefully we can put some streaks together here, because we need to.
Yeah, it's always been the consistency thing, that's for sure.
We're at the 10 spot right now. Oh,
11.
Oh man, sorry.
That would have been a sick one.
That would have been great.
And then that happens.
Dunk, and then they went the other way and dunked it. Yeah.
I'm about 9 seconds ahead of you guys, so I'm.
We got to sync up the next watch. Zach with the splash, huh?
Well, that's I was telling John, I can't get this figured out on my TV down here, so I'm watching it on my phone, which appears to be a little bit. So I can't pause it, and it, whatever. Hey, so on the topic of the Home Alone episode, my choice is AC as the old man. Well, I don't know if he has a name, but the guy who comes
the shovel
at the end with the shovel. Yep,
the Southland Double Slayer, old man Marley,
unsung hero. The guy who comes in, does the dirty work, may not look the prettiest, but he's out there shoveling sidewalks at cold temp. He doesn't care. He's doing what it takes. So that's who I thought of.
You know what? That makes sense, because somebody's got to save Zach LaVine, a.k.a. Macaulay Culkin, from his problems, right?
No. Exactly. Well, the bigger stars, they do a lot of the work too, but it's kind of that dirty work that doesn't always show up in the stat line.
Yeah, no one cares if you're out there salting with a big old trash can with a shovel. You look weird. But guess what? It wins games.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And when you're about to have your fingers bitten off by a guy who just tried to break into your house and he shows up, you're going to be glad he did.
Excellent.
So what do we got? About 3 minutes left here in the first half?
Yeah, like 2.5, and we can probably live show's a little harder than I thought since we're engaged in the game.
Conversation. You know what? I had a question for you guys.
I'm either paying attention to this or I'm paying attention to the game. What do you got, Frank?
I think your whole audience wants to know when are the Bulls going to allow you guys to do a live show from the stadium? Is that in the talks? Is that in the works? What's going on?
Well, Trevin's agent had said something a couple weeks ago about it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've heard that.
He's you know him. He's working the phone lines. He's doing what he can. There's some sort of, I don't know. There's some kind of hold up, but I think it's just in the language of the contract. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of. Yeah.
Well, when that happens, you guys have to share it on social media so we can all get tickets to the game and be there like right behind you guys like Comcast Sports Center, NBC Chicago.
That's the idea, yep.
Except Deckman will be there in a Nets jersey, that son of a...
Well, I don't know if we can invite him after this whole thing comes to light.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that this would answer more questions, John, but I feel like it just created more questions.
Yeah, it just created bigger problems, I think.
Now I don't know who to believe.
You don't know who to believe? I mean,
well, no, you threw the straight tripping reference out there. I know that you don't take that lightly. So
that's
Trevin, he knows how to pull on heartstrings to get what he wants. So
see, now you go and got to make a comment like that and just make me question everything.
Wow, and I thought I knew you. Do me like that.
No.
So Frank, you getting all excited for Christmas over there or what?
Yeah, we're getting ready for it.
All right.
Getting ready. How's everybody? You guys doing? You guys ready?
We're all riled up.
Wendy made me go to the store twice in a blizzard today, so.
Oh, Wendy. WTF. Which store?
But how about that John though? Isn't he something? Twice in a day in the blizzard?
She's in the back talking about how she made homemade sugar cookies and she needed something for them. So
sugar?
No, she had that.
Oh. Well,
there we go.
I can relate. I've been in a baking situation and not having had a crucial ingredient. So desperate times call for desperate measures. I get it. I won't hold it against you, Wendy.
Is that
Look
Quentin
at
Grimes
John
again been lighting us up?
I know.
This is a game of runs, though.
Yeah, so far it definitely has been.
Especially when they score 40 points in a quarter. It's like, geez, what the heck is going on? Like, come on.
Well, they're at 35, so.
Yeah. And there's the bucket. That's a 3-ball.
Come on, let's finish with a bucket here before half.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Trevin, you're ahead of us, though, so.
Maybe they got it, maybe not. I don't know. You guys will have to wait to find out.
Oh, boy. Oh, a little move by Zach. Whoa. How about that?
All right.
Oh.
All right. So
All right,
we wrapped up the first half there with the Knicks leading 60-58. So all in all, not a bad first half. I wouldn't call it a great first half, but not a bad one.
It's a solid one. I mean, I would like us to be up by 6 at least against these guys, but you know.
I think you had texted something the other night, Frank, about like playing a whole four quarters. So I don't know if we've quite hit that point yet.
No, like we're hopefully trending in the right direction.
We're winning at least like 2 of the quarters, maybe 3 of the quarters, but so
Well, when you give up 40 points in one quarter and you only score 28, it really puts you in a hole. It's like, come on.
Well, fortunately, they had a good first quarter, so it's only down by 2. So,
yeah.
I wondered what
this was fun.
Yeah, this was good. This was good. Well, you boys have yourself a wonderful Christmas, and I don't know, John. We'll see about next week, maybe, or maybe we'll just
for sure.
See where we're at. I don't know. We'll see, but either way, you guys enjoy the holidays. Love having you, buddy. Thanks for clearing some things up.
Hey, it's always a pleasure, and you guys look beautiful as always.
Oh, stop.
And John, I'm still mad at you now. Trevin, I think we're all good, but John, I don't like those comments. I don't understand it.
Well, I got to check the Twitter line. So we got
I don't even have a Twitter account.
Yeah. You know what, John? He did play a little coy, like, oh, how do I sign up for this Twitter thing? I don't even know how to use this.
What's surprising?
How do I send out a Twitter?
One.
Oh gosh, I don't know what to think ever.
Well, I'm gonna get on our account and send some stuff out.
All right, boys.
All right, love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, love you too, Frank. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Trevin, as always.
That's
no.
Yes.